Hey everybody, it's Kendra. Welcome to my channel if you're new, and welcome back if you've been here before. My video today is going to be a super easy and delicious DIY for Valentine's Day, everybody's favorite holiday, right? I know it's not my favorite. Anyway, I'm going to be showing you how to make DIY vegan chocolate. Super easy, super yum. Seriously, keep this stuff away from me. It's like crack. And it's also really versatile. You can put in all kinds of different stuff into it. You can put in nuts, you can put in shredded coconut, you could put in like vanilla extract, maybe some cinnamon. You could put in like peppermint extract, maybe even like orange peel and orange extract. You could play around with this so much. Anyway, this is what it looks like. I've got some little chocolate stars here and also some cute little chocolate bears I made yesterday. The bears look kind of wonky, but they're delicious. So I wanted to share this because I thought this could be a really fun little project to do with your sweetie or your kid, or maybe you could do like a little project to give to someone. So as I said, this is a very simple recipe. There are only 4 ingredients and you don't really need special equipment. Today I am going to be using these little silicone molds. I've got little hearts, I've got stars, and yes, I do have little bears for making gummy bears, and yes, I have made gummy bears in my day. I'll be using the hearts today, but if you don't have molds and you don't want to buy them, don't worry. Basically, you just need a cookie sheet with some parchment paper or wax paper, and you can just make chocolate bark, not a problem. All right, now as far as ingredients go, there are 4 ingredients I like to use as the base. So you're gonna need some cocoa butter, either cocoa butter, this one says cocoa butter, this one says cacao butter. They're basically the same thing. Yes, I probably should have researched the difference between them, and that's what the internet's for, so go to town if you're interested. So I wanted to show both of these. So you can get cocoa butter that's in like little round discs, and then you can also get cocoa butter that looks like this, that's just kind of like broken into chunks. So I got both of these bags off of Amazon. I think they're like 15 bucks a pound, I want to say. Yes, I got a pound in each of these. Also, if you want, you can add in some coconut oil. Basically, the coconut oil and cocoa butter, that's gonna keep everything together. Now, a lot of recipes that you see online for vegan chocolate will say, oh, you need a ½ cup cocoa butter or coconut oil. Yeah, coconut oil is solid at room temp, but to me, I've tried doing this recipe with like a larger percentage of coconut oil, and it never really stays solid. The only way you're gonna get your chocolate to stay solid if you're only using coconut oil is to keep it in the fridge all the time, or even the freezer. So that is why I recommend using a lot of cocoa butter. All right, next up, you are going to need something for the chocolate flavor. So I'm using raw cacao powder. You could also use just like plain old like baking cocoa. That's totally fine. I like to use the raw cacao because it does have a lot of antioxidants, a lot of minerals, and I don't believe it's been processed too much. Also, you're gonna need to sweeten this up because if you're just doing cocoa powder, cocoa butter, and coconut oil, it's not going to be very tasty. I like to use maple syrup as my sweetener. Alright, so I've got a double boiler going. I've got my saucepan with some water in the bottom and a bowl over it, heating up. So I've got a ½ cup measure here, and I've loaded it up with these little cocoa butter discs. So obviously if I were to melt this, I probably would get a little bit less than 1/2 cup. So what I like to do is fill this up as far as it'll go, and then put maybe 1 small scoop of coconut oil on it, and then add in a few more cocoa butter wafers. So basically I'm imagining that this would like fill in all those little gaps. I'm also gonna add in just a couple more cocoa butter wafers. All right, so now we wait and just let that melt. All right, my cocoa butter is melted. Now I'm just adding in 1/2 cup of cocoa powder, raw cacao powder. So basically just remember it's a 1/2 cup cacao or cocoa, 1/2 cup cocoa butter / coconut oil mixture, and then we're going to put in a 1/3 cup of maple syrup. But first I like to get all of this mixed together really well. Okay, that looks pretty good, and now I'm going to put in 1/3 cup of maple syrup. And you can see it's already kind of thickening up a little bit from the coolness of the maple syrup. All right, let's make some cute little hearts. So what I like to do is put a little bit of salt in, and I actually like to put the salt directly into my molds. Because this chocolate is so dark and decadent, I just feel like that little bit of salt, it just does really beautiful things to this. And then also, I'm a big fan of texture in my chocolate, so I'm gonna be putting some coconut in here, just for a little bit of texture. And again, I like to just put it directly into the molds, but I'm gonna put in some nuts. So I've got some pecans here. Let's do maybe like 2 pecans per heart. I'm gonna do half pecan and half almond. All right, and then I'm gonna put in a couple almonds in each one. Right, and then I am just gonna take my chocolate, put it in here. I totally forgot to mention this. If you're doing this, I totally recommend putting your molds on a cookie sheet because this just makes it so much easier to transport. All right, so then for bark, all you need to do is just put your chocolate on a piece of parchment or wax paper, whatever. So I think I'll do a few almonds here. Just remembered I have some pistachios too. We'll put those in there too. I've got some larger coconut flakes. That'll look kind of pretty in there. And then again, just a little bit of salt. All right, so there you go. I'm gonna put this out on my balcony where it is like 10 degrees out and let it solidify. All right, here we are, just hanging out in the snow. All right, about 15 minutes has passed and now my stuff is nice and cold and solidified. So perfect, I don't have space in my freezer, but I got plenty of space outside in the cold. So all I'm gonna do now is pop these little guys out. Oh, so cute. All right, and then for the bark, all you're gonna do is just crunch it up a little bit. And really, how awesome does that look? That's so pretty with the coconut, the pistachios, almonds, a little bit of salt. All right, there we go. I've got my sweet little hearts here. They are just adorable. And this, I mean, this is a really good sized chocolate. You would probably be totally satisfied after one of these, even after half of one of these, because they are so rich and dark. And then my little bark bits, so cute, and all that texture, yum, yum, yum. Also, I really love the addition of the salt. It's just, the chocolate is so dark and so rich, slightly sweet with the maple syrup, but then that little bit of salt, it just does magical things. So thank you so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video.